Today I show you how to enable the GPS location services on your Samsung Galaxy Android phone. If you previously disabled the location services or you turned off the GPS, which is kind of the same thing, you would get messages like this where you don't have the GPS on, and some apps will ask you to enable the location services. And I show you it's really easy to enable the GPS. In quick settings, you look for this icon like a map dropped pin, and now the location services are enabled. The GPS is enabled. Even when you enable the location services or GPS, you might have some apps that don't have access to location services, and in that situation you have to check for each app individual settings. But in general, you wouldn't really change much. In general, you have your maps apps or fitness tracker apps, and in the settings you can see which apps have permissions for the location, and especially you can remove the permission if some apps don't need it. So for example, here you see options for the location services, especially for accuracy and for Wi-Fi scanning. There are lots of options for location services, but you don't really need to change much about it other than the accuracy. You might have an app that doesn't need to know exactly where you are. It's not a fitness tracker or a maps navigation app. And for those apps that do need the location services but they don't need a precise location, you have the option to turn off use precise location. And also you can ask every time. I like to use precise location only for the apps that need it, like the navigation, Google Maps or Google Fit, for example. And here, this one, I'm not sure why it has the location permission. Some of the apps from Google might be related to the system apps, so you have to be sure if you change this, remember that you change it to put it back on if you need to later on. And this one I will try to maybe don't allow it, or precise location. I'm not really sure about what to do here, so I will put it back how it was before, just so that there's no trouble with the app. It doesn't do anything strange. If your phone starts to act strange and it doesn't have permissions, most of the time the apps will tell you that they are missing permissions. And you can customize the app's permissions in many ways, and you don't have to turn off the location services, but you can turn off the location services if you want for the whole phone. But if you're on a plane, for example, you use airplane mode, you don't need to use to turn off location services. Turning off the GPS is actually a great way to reduce battery consumption when you really need to keep the battery going for longer until you get home. So that's a nice way. But usually you have your location services on, and you only give access to the location service to the apps that really need it. Thanks for watching. I hope this helps you.